What it do, you guys? Is your boy Bankai Kingdom, and I'm hitting y'all with another video today. But this time I'm rating all the games I played this year, and of course including the ones I got for Christmas. So I'm gonna start out with the biggest one to me that I played and finished throughout, because some of them I didn't finish all the way, but I do have a rating for them so far. So let's jump into it. First, we got Marvel Midnight Suns. I absolutely love that game. My only two critiques are the story could have been a little darker as it pertains to the characters. Like, for example, Wolverine and Blade definitely could have been a lot edgier. But other than that, the game is amazing. Fun experience. Extremely difficult, but I love the difficulty because it helps you think more in terms of strategy. And now I have to really grind if I really want to get my characters overpowered in that game. I think I only really care to get Hulk and Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel overpowered, to be honest. Everyone else can be like kind of support characters whenever you have to take them on a mission that they have to go on. But other than that, I can't wait for the season pass characters. I definitely can't wait for Venom, Storm, Morbius, and Deadpool to come to that game. Hopefully Deadpool brings a lot more edge to the game, because I just think that would benefit the game a lot more, especially with Doom coming as a potential new final boss villain. I hope they make him difficult as heck. I don't just want to one-shot him and be done with it. I want to actually struggle against Doom, because Doom is one of my favorite Marvel villains outside of Thanos and Galactus, my personal preference. But I digress. With all that, I give Marvel Midnight Suns an easy 9.9 out of 10. Definitely an amazing game. Definitely recommend it. Definitely give it a try. Next, we got Sonic Frontiers. Now, my opinions on that game are relatively mixed. I will be getting back into it, but I have not finished the game because the side missions are just ridiculously impossible to do sometimes. But I do like the combat in the game. I do like the fighting in the game, but the side missions are ridiculous. Like, I remember I was trying to help my cousin trying to beat those side missions. He got the game because he's a real fan of Sonic. And we were not expecting the side quest to be that relatively challenging. That's something we were definitely not expecting. It was a hard experience, to say the least. But I have a feeling we'll beat it soon. So when I come back to the channel, I'll give a full review on it, on the game as a whole. Next up, we got Gotham Knights, which I finished fully, and I have to say that game is amazing. Story is edgy, the combat's fun, the online part of it is good. I just kind of wish I had 60 frames per second, because right now it only runs on 30 frames per second, but sometimes it doesn't even look that bad when you're fighting. Like, to me, it doesn't look bad at all, but I know there are some people that heavily criticize the 30 FPS and stuff like that. But other than that, what else can I say about the game? What else did I like about it? In my personal opinion, I think Red Hood and Batgirl's story arcs in the game, dealing with Batman's death, were my favorites. I think Robin had the best voice acted parts when it came to the final part of the game, saving Bruce. The emotion that Robin had was just amazing. And I love the little Easter eggs they did to, like, Young Justice and stuff. That was amazing. So I think another game might come in this universe, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. That's just rumors I hear. But I would rate Gotham Knights another 9.9 out of 10. It had its flaws, but it's a relatively good game. I jump back in it every once in a while to do the new elevator missions. I forgot what it's actually called. I think it's Assault something. But yeah, I jump in every now and then to do the Assault thing. I am either a Batgirl main or a Red Hood. I will play as either one of them. Robin and Nightwing just aren't my characters to me. But I digress with that. Great game. Definitely give it a try. And last on the list, well, not last on the list because I got two more games after this. Well, one of them is not out yet, but I want to talk about it. Next up is God of War Ragnarok. I can't even articulate how great that game was. Like when I first started playing it, it was the controls were very, very different from other games I'm used to in terms of how you fight and stuff. But I eventually got a hang of it, and it was an amazing, it's an amazing experience. Like fighting Thor, not MCU Thor, but the Thor in God of War that's probably my favorite moment in that game. And I hear you get to fight him again, so I definitely can't wait to look forward to that after I get Kratos to maximum overpowered level and stuff like that, or whatever his max level is called. I haven't really dived that deep into the game yet. This is actually the first God of War game I've played. I haven't played the PS4 one yet, but I have watched a full-length gameplay of it, so I know the lore and stuff behind everything. And I would have to say Kratos is probably one of my favorite fictional characters. He's on that list. I just love what they did with the more modern version of him. I think my only downside of God of War Ragnarok is the puzzle stuff. And sometimes traveling, you can get lost very easily. But other than that, God of War is easy. Is an easy 10 out of 10 game. I love it. Can't wait to finish it at some point. I'll probably finish it soon when school and everything dies down. Who am I kidding? School's not gonna die down. But I digress with that. Next up, I want to talk about this game because I know I don't mention it a lot on this channel, but I am a huge Transformers fan. Have been ever since I could walk, actually. And I remember back in the day, the PS3 games, Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron, those games were magical to me. Like Fall of Cybertron, when Metroplex first showed up, that was my first time seeing that character, and I was like, bro, what? Metroplex easily became one of my favorite Transformers at that moment. Because I've never seen him in anything besides G1. And I was honestly hoping the Fall Cybertron story would continue. But sadly, Rise of Darkspark came out and introduced a multiverse side of things, I think. Like, you will switch between Earth and Cybertron. And when I first saw Rise of the Darkspark or heard the announcement of it, I thought it was a continuation of Fall of Cybertron. I was so happy, but I wasn't disappointed when I found out what it actually was. But it was just, it took me a while to adjust to it, to be honest. But the new Transformers Reactivate game, I want to dive into what I personally want for the game and other things like that. So, number one on the list, I kind of want this feature from War for Cybertron where you can travel with either 3 or 2 other Transformers in your party. It can be AI or CPU. But I think that's why I don't know, when people ask me to compare War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, I say they're both equal because they both have things that I would want for a Transformers game today. So definitely that. I want to be able to travel around with AI or, well, I know it's going to be multiplayer, but when you're playing by yourself, I would like to travel around with AI Transformers and stuff like that. I would like a photo mode too. So like when you're doing certain things, you can take pictures. Like say you're driving with your Autobots or you're flying with your Decepticons, you could take pictures of the scenery and stuff while you're flying or driving. That sort of thing would just be cool to me. And now we're getting to the character wants for things. I would like the Dinobots, either DLC or battle pass characters you get, I don't care. I just want them in the game. Because one of the most memorable moments from Fall of Cybertron to me was outside of Metroplex and Bruticus, you got to play as freaking Grimlock. And his story in that game was just... It was probably my favorite moment out of the game as a whole, but I digress with that. What else would be cool for Transformers Reactivate? I would like different, like, skins for the characters, like, pull some designs from, like, different universes. It was a good example. Like, Bumblebee, you could pull, like, from Transformers Animated or Transformers Prime. Or, heck, you could go to the live-action universe and get some of his designs from there, because there's a buttload of them. Buttload of Camaros you could model the character in. But, yeah, skins and stuff I would definitely like for the characters and everything that we get in there. And, what else would be cool? I would like for there to be raids and stuff, like online raids where you can, you know, do certain missions that give you major XP and you can level up like super quick. Like, say you have to go fight Unicron, but you don't actually beat him, you just get enough resources out of what damage you do to him or something like that. That would be cool. And I don't know. I honestly can't think of anything else besides certain characters I want. So I'll just stick with that. For like in-game stuff, I'll leave that to other content creators that talk about Transformers Reactivate. But for character-wise, I would like Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, because I saw Sunstreaker in the game, but I would love to see Sideswipe with him because they're brothers, man. I mean, come on. You cannot have Sunstreaker and not have Sideswipe, man. Like, come on. And I already mentioned the Dinobots. The Beast characters would be cool too, since they have Transformers Rise of the Beast coming out. I'd love to be able to play as Optimus Primal and, you know, just swing across buildings and stuff. That'd be awesome. And that's actually it for this list. Oh wait, but that's everything I want for Transformers Reactivated and everything. Now for the final game that I would like to talk about / rate, Final Fantasy. I didn't really get to play much of it, but from the small amount of time that I did play the game, it was amazing. And I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII, because I heard mixed things about the latest one, so I didn't pay no attention. I just went straight to the seventh one. I didn't really finish it because I had to put God of War on the PS5 and I ran out of space. So when I get an updated space and stuff, I'm gonna get to finishing that game. Well, I'm gonna have to update my space regardless, because we got Spider-Man 2 coming out, we got Suicide Squad coming out and everything. And that's gonna be... Oh, Street Fighter 6 too, man. We got a bunch of things in terms of games coming out next year. So I'm definitely gonna have to update my space and stuff. But yeah, that's it for the gaming list for today. But now on to the next few things I want to talk about. Spider-Man 2 and Suicide Squad. Now I want to talk about a little bit of DC after, and Marvel. So let's just start with the easiest. DC. I'm really excited for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, because in my personal opinion, the Suicide Squad movies are my favorite. Only because it's finally something different and unique for DC, because it's always been Batman or Superman related things. We rarely get to see the Justice League outside of 2 movies. But in my personal opinion, I love the animated universe of DC way more than live action. Because the animated universe have good stories, good character developments on everybody, and it's just overall better variety and story writing, in my opinion. The games are in the same rank to me. The Batman Arkham I think it was Arkham Knight. Yeah, Arkham Knight. That was probably not one of. That is my favorite version of Batman. He's just great. He's just great. Great story. Even though it's overall a dark game, but other than that, I mean, if you've seen Marvel Phase 3, you're used to dark stuff, so the darkness didn't really faze me all that much. It just added to the story value, which is good. And after you beat the story, you can do these challenges with different characters, which I liked. Red Hood, of course, being my favorite character to play as in that game. And if you guys haven't figured out by now, Red Hood and Black Adam are my favorite DC characters of all time. And the Suicide Squad, too, of course. Speaking of Suicide Squad, let's talk about the game. I saw the new recent trailer where the Arkham Knight Batman came in, and I was like, so now they gotta fight Green Lantern. They somehow beat the Flash, and they gotta fight Wonder Woman, Superman, and Arkham Batman. And I'm just thinking, like, how in the world are they gonna beat all these guys? But of course, I'm gonna be maining either Deadshot or King Shark. Deadshot, of course, being my favorite, not because I'm biased to black superhero characters, but that's part of the reason. But I digress. He's just cool to me. He can fly and stuff, and don't even get me started on King Shark. He's gonna be amazing to play as, regardless. But super excited for that game. I don't really have any. I can't really think of anything I want for the game, because so far, from what I've seen, everything looks like, other than just put some cool skins in the game, that's about it. Now for Spider-Man 2, oh, there's a bunch of things I want for this game. So the symbiote suit Peter Parker, definitely do that. And I honestly hope we can play as Venom. Playing as Venom in that game will be legendary. I could get my Spider-Verse thing going on in that game. I could be switching between Peter, Miles, Venom. And if you switch as Venom, I hope they let you eat people or destroy stuff at least, because that would be awesome. That would be extremely cool. Now on to the next thing. I don't know how true this is. I don't know how true this is at all, because it's only a rumor. I don't know if there's going to be co-op in Spider-Man 2, but if there is, that would be amazing, because I could be playing as Peter, and my little cousin could be playing as Miles Morales. It would just be cool. It would just be a cool experience and stuff like that. But now on to the DC portion of things. I think outside of the games, the only thing I'm really excited for out of DC right now is, well, not excited. I want to keep my expectations level-headed here. I'm interested in seeing Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle to me is one of my he's a childhood character of mine outside of Red Hood and stuff like that. If they do Blue Beetle right, I have no worries at all. I just hope it's good. I just hope it's good, because I just want a good DC film, so just so I can have DC can have a good universe, and like how Marvel has a good universe right now. I mean, Marvel's just throwing stuff out there, like they're just going crazy right now. But yeah, I just want a great DC movie that focuses on some characters outside of just Batman and Superman and the Justice League. Like Black Adam was a step in that right direction. And I know all the critiques surrounding Black Adam and stuff, but to me that is one of the best live action DC films to me, outside of the Batman. And yeah, yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm really excited for out of DC. I'm excited for the final season of Flash too. And I don't really see myself going to see the movie Flash. Only because I don't really see how you can make a movie off of him. And I don't know. It's just a movie for Flash is not really something I'm looking forward to. Aquaman, I heard, is getting another movie. If the fight scenes are good, I might give it a chance. I might. I don't know yet. Keep my expectations level headed here. But as for Marvel, of course, you know, we got a buffet of things going on. We have Into the Spider-Verse coming out this year, Guardians of the Galaxy, and there was something else coming out. Ant-Man, yes. Ant-Man 3 and the Marvels. I'm not really a huge fan of Captain Marvel, the Brie Larson Captain Marvel, and that's nothing against the actress. I just don't really care for that version of Captain Marvel. But I am excited for Monica Rambeau. I really can't wait to see what direction they go with her. And Ant-Man 3 looks like, I don't know. I think between Ant-Man 3 and Into the Spider-Verse and Guardians, I think one of those three are going to be my favorite Marvel movies. I was in between those three. I say Ant-Man 3 because we're finally going to get the introduction of Kang, and I can't wait to see how that goes. And, of course, Into the Spider-Verse, it's just the art style and the story they choose for it. I just know it's going to be a hit. And Guardians 3 just looks like it's going to have me balling, man. I just... Oh, my Lord. It's just... The trailer... The trailer spoke for itself. It looks like I'm going to be bawling my eyes out seeing that, man. And I honestly can't wait for it. I love stories. I love Marvel stories like that where they take the characters we grew up with and they have these really impactful moments like Spider-Man No Way Home. I cried 4 times in that, and in Wakanda Forever, I cried 4 times in that. Because just the emotion in those 2 films was amazing, man. And yeah, I honestly can't wait for those 3 Marvel movies, man. Those are the three Marvel movies I'm the most hyped for. But I want to talk about Rise of the Beast a little bit. Transformers Rise of the Beast. A little bit of theories I have going on. Well, one major theory. I don't think Bumblebee is gonna die. I honestly don't think he's gonna die. I'm honestly way against it, actually. If Bumblebee dies, I don't know how I'll feel about that, because Bumblebee's a character I don't want to say emotionally attached to, but who am I kidding? I am emotionally attached to that character. That Bumblebee was the Transformer I first saw on screen when I first got into the Transformers universe, and seeing him evolve through shows and movies and stuff, and every single time he's always been that character that I just love seeing. So if he dies, man, I honestly don't know how I'll feel about that. I might be taking another break from Transformers again, but who knows. I honestly hope he doesn't die. Please don't kill off Bumblebee, man. It's already bad enough that Wheeljack... Oh boy, Wheeljack. Don't get me wrong, I think Rise of the Beast is going to be a great movie. It's just, when it comes to the character Wheeljack, and this isn't me bashing the character. I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing the character design, but it's just like, he just doesn't look like Wheeljack to me. Like, I've seen Wheeljack in Transformers Prime. I've seen him in Transformers Earthspark recently. And, of course, I've seen him in G1. And I'm just like, I I don't know how they came out with this version of, in terms of design, this version of Wheeljack. To be honest, I just would rather have the character die than see him portrayed like this, because I've seen Wheeljack in, I'm gonna just stick with my favorite version, Wheeljack Transformers Prime. That is my favorite version of Wheeljack, only second to the G1 version. I just seen him portrayed way better. And him being a scientist is not a bad thing, but on top of his design being cool, he's also a cool scientist. Like, he has his savage moments and stuff like that. I don't know, that's just my only concern with the movie so far. I just don't really like the Wheeljack design. That's just me. But who knows? I am excited to see what they'll do with Mirage in the movie, though, because Mirage's ability to do Shadow Clone Jutsu. I'm kidding. But his ability to duplicate himself with holograms and everything is dope to me. I can't wait to see that. Honestly, hope all the Transformers have abilities like that. Like, we get to see different abilities with the cast and stuff like that. But yeah, that's been this little I don't know what I'm gonna call this video. Like a little video game rating / talking about favorite universes or something like that. But I hope to see you guys in the next one, and Happy New Year.